I played the Marathon closed alpha for over 10 hours, and here's what I think coming from someone who has played Destiny for over 300 hours. This is a completely different genre than Destiny, since this is a brutal extraction shooter, and when I say brutal, I mean it, because the goal is to go in with your crew of 3 in a PvP environment. There's contracts you take on, and the goal is to extract, which usually means making your way across the map, grabbing as much loot as possible, and even trying to do some side missions and then extract with that loot. If you can't extract, then you lose everything on your player. Yup, that means everything. Everything you picked up and everything you started with. Once you do more and more extractions, you'll have more loot stashed in your vault, which you don't lose, and you can get permanent upgrades to your player by doing contracts. So the gameplay and gunplay feels very good. You can see Bungie's experience shining here, and the world itself is quite interesting with its own lore and story. Speaking of story, this game does something that I haven't seen any other game do, where the story actually unfolds through your various multiplayer sessions by doing contracts. So you can learn more about the world through those side missions and the overall story through the contracts, and this will change how narrative is constructed in multiplayer games in the future. The environments feel a bit repetitive in terms of maps, but it was just an alpha, so there's more maps being added, and there are live missions that happen throughout the world, which is persistent, so people will already be on it when you drop in for your game. The environment is dynamic, and they're planning on adding in dynamic weather events where your sprint overheat capacity changes if it's raining, for example. The devs are definitely looking for feedback, which is a plus sign, but the main things I'm worried about is this game is not for everyone, because if the matchmaking is not good, you will get defeated pretty easily, and you will barely get to extract, which I'm sure is not going to be a good gameplay experience. But that very brutal difficulty makes it a great esports game and a great recommend for someone looking for an intense multiplayer shooter. This game will eat your life. It's not for someone who isn't willing to commit. You will want to play over and over, otherwise you'll likely get owned by other players. The only other thing I'm worried about is price, and this isn't a full price game, but it's estimated to be around $40, which isn't confirmed yet, but the game is designed to be a live service game with the maps and story being continually added to. They're going to do more playtests before launch, and this game comes out on September 23rd, and big shout out to Q and Dizzy for getting me access to the alpha. Make sure to give him a follow. So what do you think about this? Because